Fairless, and I'm a clinical Western herbalist, and today I'm going to show you how to do a DIY bitters formula using items that you can find in your grocery store or in your spice cabinet. So for this project, all you're going to need is a jar. You're going to need either vodka or brandy or a 40% ABV alcohol. But if you don't want to use alcohol, you can also use apple cider vinegar. You're going to need, I will be using today, a grapefruit, fresh rosemary, and some cardamom. But I'll provide a full list of possibilities that you can choose from.
The most important thing when making bitters is to ensure that your final product is actually bitter. The flavor of bitter is what stimulates your digestive juices. You will also need 1 to 2 carminative herbs. Carminative herbs are aromatics that enhance your formula by helping to ease digestion, by reducing gas and bloating, and increasing assimilation of nutrients by increasing blood flow and circulation. Alcohol should be unflavored so that it won't compete with your herb choices. And don't forget, apple cider vinegar makes a great substitute for alcohol too. These bitter items are easily found in your grocery store. Choose 1 to 3 items that will taste good together. Choosing more could muddy your flavor profile and will be harder to approximate the outcome. Choose 1 to 2 carminative items. Keep in mind what your overall flavor will be and pick ones that will accentuate and harmonize with your bitter ingredients. An example, coffee beans and cinnamon taste really good together. I chose grapefruit as my bitter ingredient. I'm really just using the peel since that is the most bitter part. It's okay if you get a little of the inner flesh too, because it can add a really nice juicy flavor. It's important to chop your produce or herbs into small pieces to increase the surface area that your liquid will come in contact with. This will help it to infuse. I chose rosemary for one of my carminative options. I love rosemary because it is warming and increases circulation, particularly in the brain, which can help with sharpening focus and enhancing memory. It's also really antimicrobial and has a ton of antioxidant power. I think the flavor pairs well with grapefruit. I am also using a very small amount of cardamom as an additional carminative in my bitters. I will use a very loosely measured ½ teaspoon or so. Cardamom is one of my favorite spices. I just have to include it. It's in the same family as ginger and turmeric. It's a feel-good herb that has an uplifting and slightly antidepressant quality. Now I'm going to add my alcohol. Or if you chose to use apple cider vinegar, this is where you would use your vinegar. Make sure to fill your jar all the way to the top, fully covering all of your herbs or fruit. Now that your herbs have been fully covered by alcohol, you might notice that they're floating a little bit towards the top, and that's okay as long as your jar is completely full and the herbs have enough liquid. Now it's time to put our lid on our jar, and we'll be storing this in a cool, dark place for 2 to 4 weeks. Make sure you shake this occasionally because it will help it infuse. Thank you so much for joining me today. Really hope you enjoy your homemade DIY grocery store bitters. And if you'd like to learn more about me, please visit my website at sarahjanefairless.com.